Hello, my dear students. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time that you watch the video, my friends. This is Miguel, my friends, and today we're going to talk about conditional sentence, okay, or conditionals. Let's begin with the first, okay, which is zero conditional. The zero conditional is a structure used for talking about general thoughts, things which always happen under certain conditions. Following, I will explain how the zero conditional is formed and when to use it. The structure of a zero conditional sentence. A zero conditional sentence consists of two clauses, an if clause and a main clause. Note that most zero conditional sentences will mean the same thing if when is used instead of if. So you have the structure if clause plus main clause. When you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. Okay. Here, my friends, remember this is for general thoughts, for things that never change. Okay. So in this sentence, you can also use when instead of if. When you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. But you can also say, if you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. That is correct, okay? The first conditional. The first conditional, okay, also called conditional type 1, is a structure used for talking about possibilities in the present or in the future. Following, I will explain how the first conditional is formed and when to use it. The structure of a first conditional sentence. A first conditional sentence consists of two clauses, an if clause and a main clause. If clause plus main clause. If you study hard, you will pass the test. Remember, my friends, here is a condition, okay? If you study hard, you will pass the test. Look at the structure, my friends, okay? Here, the if clause, you have to write, so you have to use simple present. In the main clause, you have to use will, future with will, okay? You can also change the order. You can also say, you will pass the test if you study hard. And the meaning, my friends, is the same. But basically, my friends, remember the grammar. In the if clause, you have to use simple present. In the main clause, you have to use will, okay? Second conditionals. The second conditional, also called conditional type 2, is a structure used for talking about unreal situations in the present or in the future. Following, I will explain how the second conditional is formed and when to use it. The structure of a second conditional sentence. Like a first conditional, a second conditional sentence consists of two clauses, an if clause and a main clause. If clause plus main clause. If I had $1,000,000, I would buy a big house. My friends, remember here in this conditional, you also mention about something that is contrary to reality, contrary to facts, okay? What it means that I don't have $1,000,000 and I can't buy a big house, okay? Here, my friends, pay attention to the grammar. In the if clause, you have to use simple past, and in the main clause, you have to use would, okay? If I had $1,000,000, I will buy a big house. Also, you can change the order. I will buy a big house if I had $1,000,000. Tier conditionals. The tier conditional, also called conditional tree, conditional type 3, is a structure used for talking about unreal situations in the past. Following, I will explain how the tier conditional is formed and when to use it. The structure of a tier conditional sentence. Like the other conditionals, a tier conditional sentence consists of two clauses, an if clause and a main clause. That is, if clause plus main clause. If I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam. Here, my friends, is you are complaining, okay, about the past, okay? This is a situation in which you can do anything. Why? Because it's connecting, it's speaking, it's describing about the past. If I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam. In the if clause, you have to use past perfect, okay? And in the main clause, you have to use would with present perfect, okay? Also, if you can change, I would have passed the exam if I had studied harder, okay? And it's exactly the same. It's explanation. I failed the exam because I didn't study hard enough, okay? Remember the grammar, okay? In the if clause, you have to use past perfect. In the main clause, you have to use would with present perfect, okay? The conditional is used to talk about things which didn't happen in the past. If your native language doesn't have a similar construction, you may find this a little strange, but it can be very useful. It is often used to express criticism or regret about the past. Example, if you had driven more carefully, you wouldn't have had an accident. Criticism, you had an accident because you didn't drive carefully enough. If it had snowed, we could have gone skiing. Regret, it didn't snow, so we couldn't go skiing. Okay, so here you have some practice. Okay, it says he crashed his car because he fell asleep while driving. If he asleep while driving, his car. Number two, we couldn't go to the concert because we didn't have enough money. If we enough money, we to the concert. Number three, I lost my job because I was late for work. I my job if I late for work. The wind was so strong that the bridge collapsed. With the wind so strong, the bridge. Okay. I couldn't call Sally because I had lost her number. I Sally if I her number. Okay. So please answer this exercise. Okay, and please write the correct answer there on the comments, and I will check them out later. Okay. Very good, my friends. So thank you for watching this video and see you in class. Thank you.